So we're going to start by coming onto our backs. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. I'm just going to let somebody else into the class. Yeah, so if we just come by lying on our backs, knees out wide, and bring the feet together. If this is a little bit uncomfortable, you can always bend the knees like this. So just come to a comfortable position. You can bring the hands to gently rest on the belly. I'm going to close down the eyes for a few moments as we come into the breath. And I want you to sigh out the first few exhales. And I'm going to just check that everybody's on mute. I think there's maybe someone not on mute. Just bear with me.
Me, sorry.
That's all right. I'm going to mute you all now. Brilliant. Right, perfect. So just keep flowing with your own breath. Don't stress about it. But if you want to, you can breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Just letting someone else in. So just flow with your own breath. You can do a count. You don't have to. Just notice that breath all the way in and all the way out. Let's just slowly move our awareness to the rib basket now. You can take the hands there if you want to. And as you inhale, just feel that space and expansion in the ribs. So press into the hands. And as you exhale, gently drawing back. So inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Maybe take the hands to the back and notice what's happening with the ribs there as well. You just slowly move your awareness to the chest and the shoulders. You can take the hands there. And as you inhale, just notice that chest and that heart opening. And exhale as we draw back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And just notice how the body's feeling right here, right now. No judgment, just acceptance. We're going to focus a little bit on the hips today. So just be mindful to be kind to your body. Just be careful with any hip opening exercises. They can be quite strong. Just take it easy. Just take a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly inhale and bring the knees in towards each other. I'm going to draw each knee into the chest one by one. And give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. Going to come to stillness. And we're going to inhale as we lift the forehead. And breathe in, breathe out. Exhale 2. Let's take 2 more in your own breath. You can hold, it's up to you, and release. Slowly bring the head back down. We're going to take the hands and place them on the knees, and we're going to take our big circles in the air. So we're just opening out the hips here, opening out the knees as well. And slowly come back to center. And just take a couple of moments here. Just notice how the body's feeling. Notice how the hips are feeling. And we're going to take the circles in the opposite direction. And like me, if you've forgotten which way you started, you can do a mix of both. So see if you can feel that space, feel more openness. Slowly come back to center and hug the knees in again. And this time we're going to lift the feet up and press them towards the ceiling. So we're going to flex the toes towards the face. You can take the arms and mirror it with the hands and the wrists. We're going to point and flex. Just noticing though that when you're flexing the feet, you're bringing the toes towards the face. But actually flexing the wrist is the opposite. It's bringing the fingers down. But don't worry too much about that. Let's rotate the ankles and the wrists in both directions. So you can go further, you can open and close the feet and the hands. Nice. And we're going to slowly start opening the legs out wide. So working into the hips, working into the thigh and the groin area. Just take your time. You can have a little rock from side to side if you want. And we're going to slowly inhale as we bring them back together. I'm going to work into the abs just for a few moments. So we're going to take our leg raises. We're going to keep the arms to the side, or you can tap the abs. We're just going to take one leg down at a time. Nice and slow, working with the breath. You can hover and lift. Hover. You can release the hands to the side of the mat. Try to let the abs do the work, so we're not gripping the mat with the hands as such. Just breathe with it. Let's keep going. 3, 2, 1. And release. And just hug the knees in. Another little hug, just for a few seconds. And we're going to inhale as we lift the legs again. And this time we're going to lower both legs to about 45 degrees or wherever it's comfortable. And we're going to take them out wide and cross and wide and cross. So just take a few of these. We're still working into the abs. And just breathe with it. And just keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. And just bring the knees in. Give yourself a nice little hug and a gentle rock from side to side. And when you're ready, we're going to take hold of the big toes or the outside of the feet, it's up to you, and just open out into happy baby. And just rock it out as much as you want. So do what you need, but you can bring a little bit of awareness to what's happening with the hips, if you like. Just come to stillness for a few minutes. And slowly, slowly draw the legs together and bring the knees into the chest. We're going to have another little rock from side to side. And give your thighs and your legs a nice little squeeze. And we're going to meet in our cross-legged position. So you can rock up and down the spine or you can roll out, whatever you want to do as long as it's safe. So just come to your nice grounded cross-legged position. And we're going to inhale as we take the arms up, take the gaze up nice and tall. Exhale to lower. Just take 3 more in your own breath. Nice big movements. And release. Just take a few shoulder rolls in both directions. It's quite good to take a few of these exercises when you're sitting at your desk anyway. So just some nice movement into your day. I'm going to bring that right hand, place it on the right side of the mat. Remember, the key is to keep the grounding on both sides of the body. We're going to inhale as we lift and lengthen through that left side. Exhale as we stretch over to the right. Option to come onto that right forearm. But if you find the butt is lifting, then just come out of it slightly. So we're just stretching that left side body here. Breathe in, breathe out. And on the next inhale, we're going to swoop that left arm back behind us. We're going to open out that right leg. We're going to lift the hips up, coming into a nice heart opener and a nice hip opener. And we're going to exhale as we come back to the mat. Just bring the body to face over that right leg. We can flex that right foot, keep that leg nice and active. You can bring a micro bend into that right knee. Check your grounding, place your hands around the hips, check that you're nicely rooted into the mat. Inhale as we lift and lengthen through the upper body. Exhale as we hinge forward from the hips. We're just flexing forward over that right leg. You can take hold of the foot if it's available. Don't lose that length in the spine. So again, we're opening out the legs. We're also working into the upper body and the breath. Take a couple more breaths out. Slowly come up on the next inhale. And just gently bring that right foot back. Come back to your seated position. Check your grounding. Left hand to the left side. Inhale as we lift and lengthen through the right. And breathe into that stretch over to the left. And you'll notice they may be different on this side, and that's absolutely fine. Just breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to inhale as we float that right arm behind us. Take that left leg out this time, and we're going to lift the left hip up, opening the heart. And slowly come into the mat. And let's turn the body over towards that left leg this time, pressing that right foot into that left thigh. Check your grounding. Inhale as we lift and lengthen. Exhale as we hinge forward. So we're flexing that left hip now. We're reaching forward, breathing in, breathing out. Just take a couple more breaths. Use that inhale to create that length. Exhale. And we're going to slowly come up on the inhale. And in your own time, safely bring yourself into your tabletop position. So hands spread out nice and wide, wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. So we're going to take our cat-cow breath. So as you inhale, when you take the pelvis away from the belly, draw the belly towards the ground, shoulders in, gaze up. Exhale, reverse that motion. Really feel that fluidity in the spine. Be creative here if you want. So try a few on the fingertips. Maybe roll it out from side to side. Maybe concentrate on where you need to go. So just take a couple more, nice and slow with your own breath. And we're going to come to our neutral spine. And I want you to slowly bring yourself onto your forearms. Take on opposite elbows, check you're roughly shoulder distance apart. And we're going to bring each foot out and coming into our forearm plank. And check your alignment here, because for me, there's a tendency to lift the bum up. We're trying to keep nice, strong alignment. You can drop the knees. And we're just going to hold forearm plank for a few breaths. So engage the core, engage the triceps, nice and strong in the shoulders. So let's breathe in, breathe out. And just take 3 more breaths. And slowly drop it into child's pose. We're just going to take a couple more breaths in child's pose, and we're going to meet in plank pose. Just going to focus on the triceps just for a little bit. So we're going to meet in plank, and we're going to take our tricep push-up. So we're going to bend the elbows, bring the chest forward. You can come to about 90 degrees if it's available. And we're going to lift. And lower. And lift. And just again, just check your alignment. I need to keep an eye on my bum, make sure it doesn't dip too much, that I lose that pose. So just take a couple more. And we're going to come back into child's pose just for a few breaths. And then your child's pose, just breathe into the back of the body. Breathe into the ribs, into the pelvis, the lower back. Just enjoy these few moments. Just breathe in, breathe out. Just a couple more. We're going to slowly come back to our tabletop position. I'm going to be working into the hips. I want you to take that left hip and I want you to take circles in one direction. So you can maybe take it outwards. Just like this, if you want to have a look at me demonstrating. You can make them as big or small as you want. So just take a couple more in one direction. And then let's take it the other way. Slowly coming back. And we're going to take the other side. So bring that right knee out wide. Opening out that right hip. And go in the opposite direction a few times as well. And slowly release. And we're going to take that right arm out parallel with the mat. And we're going to reach that left leg out as well. So try to line up the hips. And we're going to slowly drop the left toes to the mat. As you inhale, we're going to reach back, option to twist over to the right. And forward. So just take a couple more, nice big with your own breath. And bring the hand and the knee back. And we're going to just take a moment, just check that left wrist, make sure it's okay. Not too much strain. And we're going to bring that left arm out. Option to bring that right leg up. Release the right toes. Inhale as we come back. Option to twist over to the left and reach forward. And just take a couple more in your own breath. And release. And slowly bring the foot back and the hand back. And this time we're going to inhale as we thread the right arm under the left armpit, coming onto that right shoulder. Just take a few moments here. Breathe into that shoulder. Feel that little twist in the body as well. And just feel the hips lifted up towards the sky. Breathe in just a couple more times. And inhale as we lift up. Bring the right hand. And we're going to thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. Bring the left shoulder towards the mat. So just working the other side now. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's just take a couple more breaths now. When you're ready, slowly coming back to your tabletop position. And tap the toes under and inhale as you lift the hips up, coming into your downward facing dog. So let's pedal the feet, bend the knees. So just find your dog. Press the hands into the mat. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Nice space. We're going to inhale as we lift the heels. Exhale to lower. Let's inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time. And release. And feel that breath in the back of the body, so nice and stable in the back as well. So let's take 3 line breaths here. Going to take one more inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands, and we're going to walk the feet towards the hands. So just come to the top of the mat, and we're going to hang in our ragdoll for a few moments. So shake it out. Shake the head, nod the head. Breathe in, breathe out. And just come to your stillness and take hold of whatever's available, the toes, feet, the shins, whatever's there. We're going to inhale, we lift the chest, straighten the arms. Exhale to fold. Just let the back relax. Any pain in the hips, just come up slightly. When you're ready, you're going to slowly start coming all the way up. You can lead with the chest. You can keep a bend in the knees to take a little bit of pressure off. And we're going to inhale as we take the arms all the way up. You can come into the balls of the feet. Just hold it here. Nice big stretch. And release. Just take a few shoulder rolls. I'm going to find out Tadasana. So you can bring the feet together or you can keep them a little bit apart. Take a look at your toes. You're going to lift them up, spread them out as you bring them back to the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, arms placed. You can close down the eyes for a few. You can engage the Ujjayi breath that is there. Slowly open the eyes. We're going to inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, let's step it into plank. So we're going to hold plank a little bit longer. Just check your alignment here, nice and strong. Just breathe in, breathe out. We're going to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, take the chest forward, nice and strong. Inhale, lift and open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your time, breathe in, breathe out. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale as you gaze between the hands. Step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Gaze up. Exhale to release. Just take a few moments. Breathe in. Breathe out. Going to be coming into chair pose as part of the next sun salutation. So you can move the feet a little bit further apart. It's entirely up to you. So let's just take a couple more breaths. We're going to inhale as we dip and sweep, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. So nice and strong, drawing in through that midline. Engaging the core, press the feet into the mat. Sink a little deeper if it's available. So work the legs. Breathe in, breathe out. Take one more inhale. And exhale to fold. Then inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale as we step back into plank pose. Just hold it for a little bit longer. Work with the breath, nice and strong. We're going to take one more inhale. And as you exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Remember, you can drop the knees here if you need to, but try to keep the upper body strong. Let's exhale, we come back into downward facing dog. And remember to breathe into the back. Keep it nice and stable. We're going to inhale as we lift that right leg in the air. Exhale as you bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. You can stay on the ball of that right foot if you want a different sensation. And we're going to exhale as we lift and twist over to the right. You can drop that back knee at any time. Keep that left shoulder nice and strong. So just breathe in here. Breathe out. We're going to take one more inhale. As you exhale, release the hand to the mat, and we're going to come into lizard pose. So you can drop that back knee. You can bring the forearms onto the mat. It's entirely up to you. We're just trying to open out the hips a little bit. Just take a couple more breaths. Come back onto our hands. We're going to slowly shuffle that right foot a little bit towards the center between the hands. And we're going to inhale as we lift that back knee and just coming into a low lunge. And exhale it out into warrior two, bending into that right knee. So adjust the feet. So you want to be on the outer edge of that left foot, bending into that right knee. Drawing that right knee a little bit back as well. So we're not sinking forward, so opening out. Just check your alignment. Take the gaze over the right fingertips. And the arms are nice and strong, not hunching towards the face. We're going to flip that front palm, and we're going to reverse the warrior. So just stretching into that right side body. Take the gaze up. Breathe in, breathe out. And let's inhale it back into warrior two. We're going to slowly start straightening that front leg, and we're just going to hop that left foot in slightly. I'm going to take the gaze over that right foot, bring the hands behind the back, shoot the fist towards the ground as we open the chest. I want you to take that right foot out slightly towards the right side of the mat. And as you exhale, just hinge forward from the hips. So just coming into humble warrior. Slowly come up on the next inhale. Take your time, release the hands. And I want you to frame that front foot. Just bend into that right knee. And I want you to slowly just bend the elbows as we shoot that right leg all the way back into three-legged dog. You can stay here, you can come into down dog, or you can come forward into three-legged plank and work through a three-legged chaturanga. And we can all meet in downward facing dog. So let's just stay here. Nice deep breath. We're going to inhale that right leg in the air again. And this time we're going to stack the hips. Right hip over left, gaze under the right armpit. You can stay here, or you can drop back into wild thing. Remember in wild thing, keep the hips nice and lifted, chest open, pressing that right foot into the mat. And let's come back into three-legged dog, downward facing. Let's take 3 lined breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale as we gaze between the hands. We're going to set or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, gaze to the hand. Exhale to release. So just take a few moments there, you can have some water. We're going to work through the other side. So you have a bit of an idea of what to expect. So you can shift your feet. We're going to come into chair pose again. So whatever you need, whatever's comfortable. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And we're going to inhale as we dip and sweep coming into Utkatasana. So just check your alignment here. Working into the quads, sinking a little deeper if it's there. Just take a couple more breaths. And exhale to fold. Take it all the way towards the mat. Inhale, we lift up halfway. Exhale as we step back into plank. So we're going to hold it a little bit longer, just working into it here. Engage the core, breathe in, press those hands into the mat. Let's take one more inhale and exhale as we bend the elbows, coming into chaturanga as we lift and open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that left leg in the air this time. And as you exhale, we're going to bend the left knee, left foot beside the left hand. You can drop that right knee as we inhale, lift the left arm, nice little twist over to the left. Take one more inhale and exhale as you release the hand and come into your lizard pose. So it's your choice. You can drop that back knee or lift it. It's up to you. Just take a couple more breaths out and slowly bring yourself back up, hands pressing into the mat. We're just going to shuffle that left foot in towards the center, and we're going to inhale as we lift into our low lunge. Remember, you can keep the back knee down if you really need to. That's absolutely fine. And let's fan it out into warrior two, and we're bending into the left knee this time. So check your alignment, work with the breath, take the gaze over the left fingers. Keep bending into that left knee, just draw that left knee out a little bit. We're going to flip the front palm and reverse the warrior. You can take the right hand behind you, that's absolutely fine. And let's take it back into warrior two. I'm going to straighten that front leg. I'm going to take the gaze and the body over that left leg. And this time we're just going to shuffle that left foot out slightly. And bring the hands behind. You can come to shoot in the fist towards the mat as we did before. You can take opposite elbows if you want. We're going to open the heart. And we're going to exhale and come forward into our humble row. I'm sorry, yeah, just shoot that right foot in a little bit. Just take a couple more nice big breaths. And we're going to release the hands and slowly frame that front foot. And you've got the option to shoot back into three-legged dog. You can come into down dog, or you can work through three-legged chaturanga, like so. Let's all meet in downward facing dog. And again, you can stay here, or you can lift that left leg. We can stack the hips. We can drop back into wild thing. And let's all meet back in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 lions breaths here. Take one more inhale. Exhale as you gaze between the hands, step or walk, feet to hands. We're going to inhale, we lift up halfway, exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to release. Just take a few moments here. We've got about 5 minutes to go. So we're almost coming towards the end. Just going to do a little bit of standing, just focusing on the hips. So I want you to bring the hands around the hips. So we're going to try and keep the pelvis nice and neutral. Remember what we've been working on lately, not locking out the standing hips when you're doing your balancing poses. So just drawing it in, working those muscles around the glute as well. So bring the hands to the hip, and we're going to press into the right foot. Now I want you to bring that left knee into the chest. You can flex that left foot, and we're going to keep the hands on the hips. And we take that left foot all the way behind us, coming into our warrior three. And just see what's happening with the right hip here. Work the muscles. Hold it here. And just breathe in for a couple more moments. You can release the arms at any point. And I want you to come all the way back up. See if you can keep that left foot away from the ground. Bring the knee in. Take the left hand around that left knee. Just take that left knee out wide. Let's just bring it back in and release. So shake it out. We're going to do the other side. Hands to the hips. Bring that right knee into the chest. Nice big squeeze. And we're going to pivot forward from the hips. So we take that right leg behind us, coming into warrior three. So just check what's happening with the left hip. Engage those muscles. A couple more breaths. You come all the way back. See if you can keep that right foot away from the floor. Lift the right knee into the chest. Take hold of the right knee with the right hand and take it out wide. And let's bring it back to center and release. And just shake it out. And as you shake it out, I want you to bring the feet hip distance apart or mat distance apart. Bring the hands to heart center as we sink into our yogi squat. You can use the elbows to open up the hips. Just take a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, you're going to slowly bring the bum to the mat. Bring the feet together and the knees out wide. We're just going to come into butterfly pose for a few breaths. So inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, we hinge forward from the hip. And you can just let the back go. Nice and relaxed. Just notice how the body's feeling. Find yourself. Just take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, draw the legs in as we come all the way up. We've got about 2 or 3 minutes to go as we're slowly lowering down into our final Shavasana. So just let the body be nice and loose, surrendering into the ground and just closing down the eyes for a few moments. I'm just going to start deepening the breath. And just slowly start wiggling the fingers and the toes. Let's rotate the ankles and the wrists. So we're just bringing ourselves back into the room. When you're ready, just bring the legs closer to each other and have a nice big stretch. Any other little stretches that you need, and just draw the knees in Give yourself a nice hug and a squeeze. And in your own time, just bring yourself up to your comfortable cross-legged position. Just do it nice and safely. With the eyes closed and the face soft. You can bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to end with our 3 clearing breaths. Slowly bringing the thumbs up to the third eye. And as always, thanking yourself for a nice, strong practice. And being really proud of your achievements and being proud of your progress. I want to thank you all for joining me for today's practice. The inner light in me will always honor the inner light in you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Shab.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, everybody. See you on Thursday.
Can you squeeze some yin in on Thursday?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cheers, everyone. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.